Cool. Hi everybody. Bang on time. Hope you've all had a good day. It's been 2 weeks. It's getting kind of long, but anyway, here we are. Hope everyone's alright. I said half an hour. I'll try and keep it to half an hour. It might be a little bit longer. But we're just going to do a class to just get moving. Similar to this time last week, I was just like, need to just release some energy from being cooped up all day. So, wherever you are, here in sunny Teen or anywhere else, hi. We will start off standing. So standing at the front of our mat or in the middle of our mat, wherever you might be. And just take a moment. Shake everything out. Shake off the day. Whatever you've been doing, if you've been active or still, just shake out arms. And we'll do our little sway side to side. So we'll take our feet a little bit wider than the mat and just let the arms hang heavy. And just swaying side to side, letting the arms just go. So you might get a little self-massage onto the back because your hands whack you on the back. You can lift up the opposite toe and just twist. And just let the arms hang. Twisting through the body, twisting through the spine. Just a couple. Like this, just releasing the shoulders, releasing any stagnant energy of the day. Just anything to let go of. And then when you're ready, we'll finish on the left side. Come back to center, we'll rise up onto our toes, reach through the fingertips. And just reach down, shoulders to ears, breathe in, reach down. Little twist side to side with the head circling the neck. Just any movement you need. And then when you're ready, we'll reach up through arms. Fill up chest, feet come about hips distance, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and release down. Lion breath. So again, inhale, reach up. You can even come up onto toes. Fill up. And open mouth, stick out the tongue, release everything out through the mouth. We'll do one more. Just getting rid of anything not serving us today. Reaching up. Deep breath in and then. You can hang for a minute. I've got wild lion hair today as well to go with my lion breath. You can just hang, straighten one leg and the other. And then we'll come up to standing, reaching up and releasing hands down. Just rolling shoulders up to ears and exhale, release, palms open. Just standing for a moment in Tadasana. I'm going to turn that off, it's annoying me. How do I do that? There we go. Standing in your Tadasana, feet grounding down. Drawing up through crown of head. Filling up chest, reaching through fingertips. Maybe feeling the whole body a little bit more zingy. A little bit more energy flowing through the body. I know I was feeling very couldn't be bothered, and now a little bit more awake. So you can make little circles with the wrists. Just feel a little tingle through the fingertips. Any kind of movement that you need. And then if you're in the middle of the mat like me, just coming to the back of your mat. So you've got the whole of the rest of the mat in front of you and reaching up on the inhale and folding forward a little bit more gradually than our lion breath. On the exhale, forward fold, and then walking our way forward into plank pose, holding for a moment in plank, And then pressing up to downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling the feet in down dog. Just moving the weight from one leg to the other, bending through the knees. And then coming to down dog and inhaling forward to plank. Inhale in your plank and drop the hips down, coming into a little cobra. So as high or low as you like. If it's okay on the back, you can press up maybe into a little up dog with the tops of the feet and the thighs up, and just taking a little sway side to side. You can move through the neck. So just swaying through the shoulders, through the spine, all sorts of movement. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, press back through plank to downward facing dog. On an inhale, raise the right leg. And exhale, hug into the chest before placing the right foot down in between the hands. We'll keep the back leg up off the mat this time. And just grounding equally into both sides of the body. You can bring the weight left and right, just swaying slightly. And then just finding your centered weight. Grounding through the sole of the foot. Inhale, we'll arch through the back, bring the crown of the head up. And exhale, bring the hips back, straighten the front leg, rounding through the spine. Inhale to bend the knee, reach up through crown of head. And exhale, bending, rounding the back. You can bring the knee towards the nose. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. Inhale, coming forward this time, taking a breath and then rising up into a high lunge. Just taking a moment to find your centered weight. Of course, if it's too much on the legs, you can always drop into low lunge and drop the back knee. Otherwise, staying up here. Breathing in and exhale, circling the arms around. Reach up as you inhale. Circle around, reach up. Then we'll twist open to the right. So the left fingertips come forward, the right fingertips come back. We inhale through center and exhale, opening to the left. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. This time you can bring the right hand either to the low back or to the back of the left leg and just reach up through the left fingertips, opening the chest, opening through the shoulder. Just filling up here. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down inside of the foot. The right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Twisting, turning chest, turning head. And then we'll drop the back knee. Keeping our twist, we'll reach back with the right hand. If it's okay, you can bend the left knee. Just grab the outer edge of the foot. And then just turn the chest open to the right side. Can stay up onto the left hand or drop down. Maybe if you have a block, you can pop a block or a dictionary or a cookbook, whatever you have. If you can't reach for the back leg, it's no problem at all. We'll just keep with the twist opening towards the back of the mat. And just taking a couple of breaths here. If you're holding on, just breathing into the front of that left hip. And then with control, releasing the leg, circling right hand down. We can either come up and come through downward facing dog to switch to the other side, or if you're feeling full of beans, full of energy, we can take a hop switch. So the left foot comes forward and we keep the knee up off the mat. Swaying side to side to just find your centered weight. And then coming nice and centered. The left hip, stays drawing down the center line. We don't lean out to the left side. When you're ready, we'll reach up into our high lunge, taking a moment to settle in, fill up chest, and exhale, circle, inhale, rise up, exhale, circle, inhale, rise up, exhale, circle, come up and open to the left, right fingertips forward, inhale, center, exhale, to the left, the right, inhale, exhale, right hand comes down inside of foot, the left fingertips reach up, little twist through the spine, feeling length from the back of the heel to the crown of the head, the shoulders stacking on top of each other, finding steady breath in your twist. And then if everything's okay, we'll drop down. We'll just come up, reaching left hand back. And if it's okay, bending back foot in, holding on the outside edge of the foot, bringing the hand down, and you can come to the outer edge of the left foot as well. So you can really twist through the spine, turn the chest open. If you can't reach for the back foot, it's no problem. You can just stay twisting open. You can still turn that front leg out to the side and just breathe into the chest. Feel chest expand, everything expanding. Breathing into the front of the right leg if you've got the foot. Just feeling that twist, feeling that stretch. And then whenever you're ready, we'll circle down, coming up and stepping forward to the front of the mat. We'll inhale, open through chest. Exhale, fold forward. Feet about hips distance apart, and we'll just hold on to the big toes with our two peace fingers. So they hold on to the big toes, and we rest the belly onto the thighs and just let the head hang down. So we're just allowing breath to slow in our forward fold. I said I wanted to get moving. I've definitely just got myself moving. Got myself quite warm. Hope you're all the same. If you want to take a breather and take a drink, you always can. Otherwise, just letting head hang whilst everything comes back to a steady flow. And when you're ready, we'll bring hands to hips. Inhale to rise up to standing. I'm going to take a little drink. And coming to the front of the mat, we'll inhale to reach up and exhale into chair pose. Just weight into the heels, feeling the legs active, upper body long all the way to tips of fingers, hands come into the heart. Twist open to the left side. If you can, we'll hook the right elbow outside of the knee. So pressing outer edge of the arm and outer edge of the leg together, palms pressed together, keeping hips nice and level. If everything's okay, we'll come onto the right toes, and then slowly, with control, stepping right foot back into our twisted crescent. So reaching through back heel, keeping that left hip drawing into center. When we twist, it's quite hard to keep the breath steady, so just doing your best to keep a steady flow of inhale and exhale. On an inhale, we'll step back into our twisted chair. I'm just going to twist this way so you can see. So into our twisted chair, we'll keep that outer arm, outer leg pressing in towards each other. And on an inhale, we root into right foot, left knee bends in, keeping arm and leg pressing in together, finding balance if you can, turning chest open to the left, reaching up, and then release arms, keep knee hugging in. We'll bring right hand to the outer left leg and just extend through left arm, little twist through the spine, steady breath. And then we'll take some balances. So we'll turn the chest forward, keep knee hugging in. We've got a couple of options if you can keep your balance, unlike me. We can bring the sole of the foot in for tree pose, either to the inner thigh or the inner calf. And just take a couple of breaths here. If that's enough, and you're finding that balance is just perfect for right now, doing so. Or if you like, we can bend the knee, so like a quad stretch. So I'll turn this way to show you. Bending the knee, keeping the knees together, and we reach for the inner edge of the foot. Hips and chest stay square towards the front of the mat as we reach the right hand up. Grounding strongly through right leg. Then hinging from hips, pressing foot into hand, hand into foot. Right hand reaching forward into dancer. Remembering to breathe, not holding the breath. Ooh. If you're in dancer, just coming back up to straight. If you're in tree, releasing leg down. Bring both arms up, both hands into the heart. We'll come to other side. So we'll inhale, reach up, exhale to chair. Couple of breaths in chair. I'm going to walk to the front of my mat once again. And then hands into heart, twisting. In fact, I'll come this side so it's easier to see. Twisting to the right this time. Turning chest open, hooking the outer left arm to the outer right leg. Pressing palms together, twisting open. Grounding into right sole of foot, coming to left toes, and then silently with control we step left foot back into prayer twist. Pressing hands together, turning chest open. If it's okay with the balance, you can gaze up or keep the gaze down to the mat. Keeping right hip drawing into center. Trying to keep breath steady as we flow, as we twist. And then when you're ready, as we came into the pose, we'll silently with control come out to step left foot forward, keeping the knee and the elbow pressing in towards each other. We ground now through the left sole of the foot. So left sole of foot grounds down, we come to right toes. Knee hugs into chest, twisting open to the right side. Keeping that connection of the knee and the outer elbow. Crown of head reaching up. Couple of breaths. Ooh. And then bringing left hand to outer knee. Right hand extends, little twist through the spine. And then coming through center. Balancing options, so we can take tree. Sole of the foot in to the inner thigh or to the calf. Balancing here. Can stay here, or if you like, the knees come together. The right heel bends in and we catch the foot on the inner edge. Hips, chest, square, left hand reaches up. Left leg grounds and then hinging from hips, pressing hand into foot, foot into hand. left leg strong, grounding down, dancer pose. Ooh, balance is terrible. And then when you're ready, come back up to standing. If you're in tree, just releasing the leg down. We'll reach up once again and fold forward. This time we'll place the palms of the hands underneath the feet. So they just slide under the feet. The toes come to about the wrists. And you can just rock the weight forward slightly, getting a nice stretch through the wrists. And just feeling the pressure of the body onto the palms of the hands. And just allowing breath once again to come back to that steady flow. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let the head hang. And then when you're ready, come up onto the heels to release the hands. Hands come to hips, coming back through standing. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. And exhale, we'll just step back to downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths in down dog. We're going to come into side plank. So if everything's okay on the shoulders, you can stay up on the hands, or you can come down onto the forearms for side plank if that's easier on the shoulders, or you can skip it altogether if you've got issues with the shoulders. Otherwise, we'll come forward. Just placing right hand underneath the face, turning open to the left. So side plank, we've got variations. We can have the foot halfway up the mat for support. We can drop the knee and extend, or we can stack feet or one foot on top of the other. If everything's okay with the shoulders and everything's okay in our side plank, we can hug left knee into chest, little tree with the left leg. Then we place the left leg halfway up the mat on the left side, turning onto the right sole of the foot, the hips and the chest open up. If it's too much on the shoulder, just come down, take down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, just reaching up through hips, up through chest, letting the head hang back if that's okay on the neck. Wild thing, this one's called. To come out, you can either just drop the hips down, or you can turn back to the left, left hand comes back down. We can take child's pose or downward facing dog to just allow everything to return to steady before we move to the other side. So just deep breaths, allowing the body, the breath to regulate before we come up onto the left side. So we come forward. The left hand comes in front of the face. Remember, you can always put the elbow down instead. Otherwise, turning to the right, setting up for side plank. Right foot can come halfway up the mat if you like, or knee down, or feet stack, just however you can feel stable and supported in your side plank. Staying here if that's enough, or bending right knee in, opening little tree. Right foot steps down, turning hips, chest, open left toes point forward. Opening through the chest, reaching the hips up. Letting the head hang back into your wild thing. Deep breaths. When you're ready, you can drop down or turning back to the right, pressing our way back to down dog, then dropping the knees, bringing hips back, forehead down onto mat. You can extend through arms, Or just reach the arms back in line with the body. Forehead down onto the mat. Letting everything just recover in our child's pose. So finding deep breaths in and out. So lots of movement, very active, so we'll just give ourselves a little rest. When you're ready, we'll just come up, swing the legs out in front, and we can either keep the feet onto the mat and the knees bent, or if you still want more of a challenge, you can come up into Navasana, so the legs extend, feet bent, or put toes pointed, hands into the heart. You can always keep knees down, it's absolutely fine. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale and exhale. Right elbow comes to outer left leg. Inhale, center. Left elbow, outer right leg. Inhale, center. If your knees are down, just challenging to lift the legs up for a moment into Navasana, reaching through hands. And then dropping feet, hugging knees in. Forehead down onto the knees. Making yourself into a little ball, giving yourself a hug. Deep breaths. And then whenever you're ready, we'll just open a little bit through the hips. So we'll bring soles of feet together, knees apart. Into Baddha Konasana. If you notice, I'm just bringing the fleshy part of my bum out to the side so I can really sit down on to the sitting bones. I'll take my two little peace fingers and hold on to my big toes. So just checking in the shoulders away from the ears. Not gripping the toes like you want to rip them off, just holding on. And just slowing down breath here, letting the knees laterally sink down towards the mat. Just allowing gravity to open up the hips. Just taking a moment to notice maybe a shift in energy from when you started your class to now when we're starting to close the class. It's so easy at this time of the day to just stay on the sofa. But I always feel better for moving, so hopefully you do too. When you're ready, we'll take a brief Shavasana. So you can keep the feet as they are. And just lean back with soles of feet together, knees apart, and just sink back, or you can straighten the legs. Just whatever feels like it's more beneficial to you. And we'll just take a couple of moments of rest before going ahead with your evening. Just letting go of anything you've got planned, any worries. Anything you've been thinking about all day, just allowing that to sink back into the mat. So time to rest your body and rest your mind. So giving yourself that time. If you've got longer, you can stay here for as long as you like. Otherwise, you can roll over to the right side, pausing here. feeling through the body. And then just bringing to mind something today that you're grateful for, something today that made you smile. Carrying that with you as you press your way up to seated, keeping eyes closed. Taking a deep breath in, opening the mouth to release. Saying a big thank you to yourself for moving your body, hopefully feeling nice and energized, now ready to take on the evening. If you didn't fancy practicing, you were just chilling, it's absolutely fine. Knowing that whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, however you're spending your time at this moment throughout this bizarre period of our lives, knowing that that is enough. Whatever you're doing, it's exactly enough. You're exactly where you need to be. You are perfect just the way you are. You are doing enough. You are enough. And taking that self-belief, that self-confidence, self-worth out with you into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Bowing down once again, thanking yourself, thanking your practice. Letting a little smile onto the lips and opening the eyes. Half an hour, managed to keep it in time. That's quite impressive for me. Thank you everybody for joining. Have a nice evening. And I'll see you all hopefully on Friday. I think I said 5:30 for the next class, so that'll be just a kind of normal 45 minutes, hour-ish type job to set us up for another wild weekend in quarantine. Take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all soon.